I did. I swear to you, I said mother truckers. Yes, I did. No! Mother truckers. Yeah. The Daily Purge. All right, Maximilian. My son is dogging me because he thought I said something bad. We're live right now, buddy. You boxing me, huh? Oh, look at this guy. He's a boxer now. Hey, wow, that's a nice one, buddy. Where'd you learn that? He's actually using his shoulder. Wow, that's amazing. Using your pretty good, buddy. Okay, don't go crazy now. Good boy. Maximilian, the Daily Purge. Welcome to the Daily Purge. Yeah. Oh man, what a crazy couple of days it's been, guys. Let me share this around, and then we can move from there. Look, there you are. See that? Huh? Pretty nice. All right, so let me share this around real quick, and then we'll get started. Basically, as the journey continues and the suspense is building. What am I talking about here? Well, I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about our life. And if we look at anything on the outside right now, it's all crazy, right? It's all suspense building. It's all nutty, and everybody's fighting each other, and this is right, and they're lying, and they're wrong, and whatever. Maxie, you good? You good? All right, good. And so it's the suspense is building, and the journey continues, and that's it. Maxie, come on, buddy. Come on. And that's something that I want to talk about today, because in the end, it's our journey. Hey, Leif, how you doing, brother? In the end, it's our journey, right? So how do we live our journey, right? We live our journey according to, we want to live our journey according to our internal compass and our moral principles and moral values. But most of the time, often and almost always, we don't, because we're influenced by the outside world. We're influenced by the things that happen on the outside. Oh my gosh, I'm scared COVID. Oh my gosh, I'm scared vaccine. Oh my gosh, I'm scared this. And we're letting ourselves be dictated from the outside and from the outside. But the point is this. If you realize that the reality that we create within our mind, the amygdala, and the things that we believe, if you really realize this, people say it all the time. What you thoughts become things. You can dictate your own reality. People are like, how do you do that, though? Well, I'm going through a program here I'm finding out how you do that, and it works immediately. It's incredible. But the exciting thing is how quickly, once you get to like a precipice. Hey, Geraldine, how you doing? Good to see you. Once you get to a precipice of an understanding of how it all works inside and how you can dictate the reality on the outside for real and not just say it, because everyone says it, but no one tells you how to do it. And once you do that, then things start to speed up. And man, I'll tell you what, my life is on such a tempo right now. I'm having dreams that are just so lucid. It's incredible. And I'm getting feedback from people, feedback from coaches. I'm getting epiphanies. Hey, Tony, how you doing, brother? Thanks for the picture earlier. Getting feedback and noticing things and epiphanies like on an hourly basis. Bam, 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 bam. That's because I'm aware and I'm opening. It's like I'm following a labyrinth, or I'm following a red line that goes through my consciousness, and it's connecting all the dots that sometimes we all think are separate. And so one of the things that I was talking about to a group of guys that I'm in was the difference that, I think I said it yesterday, is that I'm the leader of my mind in my professional life. But in my personal life, I do what I must in my professional life, right? Leading my mind, I do what I must. And in my private life, for some reason, I was doing what I wanted or what felt right to maybe not have conflict or whatever. So there was an incongruency there in my integrity as far as how I work. But in my business life, just think of this. This is my business life. I'm 100% responsible as the source. Like, I don't, that's just who I am. I don't blame others. I don't suffer endlessly. I always look from what my role in the matter is, and I own that. I'm generally not caught by surprise or without an effective response, and I don't react wildly. So if I contrast that to my experience in my personal life, and I look at integrity, what I spoke about in the sense of like workability or what works, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, I was always doing what worked in my relationship, and I was doing what I had to do in my business. That was the difference. So there's a clear contrast in my approach to business life and private life, right? And man, it's all business, isn't it? It's all business. I just have to bring the context into the private life, like I talked about. I mean, into the professional life, like I talked about yesterday. Maxie, please. And okay, good. Read in your head. All right. So, um, hey Olga, how you doing? All right, Leaf. Times things in life are missing. How do I find it? Times things in life are missing. How do I find them? I don't know what you mean, Leaf. Explain a little more. I can try to help you out. All right. So, all right. Sorry, I had to talk to my son. So fill me in on that. Anyway, so when I'm going down this path and I'm seeing this stuff, and that was feedback from one of the guys in the group, right? That he wrote back to me, and I was like, man, that's so spot on, because I said I do what I must in my business, and I do what I think in my private life, and it should be must. It should be must. But the difference is the integrity that I hold when I'm in my business. Like, I know I have to do this. This is what I'm going to do, and I need to do it. I'm going to do it. Period. But when you're in a relationship and there's a person across from you who you love and you don't want to upset, how do you do that, right? That navigating that space is really tricky sometimes, especially if the other person isn't aligned or isn't awake or doesn't want to be in your mindset or doesn't want to be involved in that kind of mindset or isn't into that enlightenment or thinks it's woo woo or whatever, right? That's sort of the challenge there. And so I'm going through all this stuff, and then I realize other things, like, what do the people in my life, what do I represent for them, right? And who do I attract, and why do I attract them? And I'll tell you what, man, you find some funny things going on in your life. Hey, my friend, how are you? Colomba. You find funny things in your life where you say, I always attract the same kind of person. I always attract the same kind of partner. Different face, same partner. Pretty crazy. And so I'm going through all these things, and I'm getting really excited. I had a dream last night which blew my freaking mind, like blew my mind. And it was so amazing, an amazing, amazing dream. And it fits in with everything that's going on right now. So the reason I'm telling you this is because there's an awakening happening with me. I felt it around the world. I felt it wherever I was in the globe. There's like an awakening. There's people that Lane and I are attracting into our world that are just at a different level. And level, whatever you want to call it, consciousness, frequency, right? And we just got off the phone with 40 Years of Zen from Dave Asbury. Basically, in 5 days, you will train your brain as if you've meditated for 40 years. It's with biofeedback, neurofeedback. And oh man, it's just going to be incredible. Living alone with a wife who works too much or is involved in with outside issues. Well, Leaf, it's all about, the environment that you live in, that you allow. Our partners are mirrors of our own internal energy sources. So for instance, if I'm smiling on the outside and happy, but the inside I'm frustrated, she's going to be frustrated. She's going to feel it automatically, because women are holistic, men are action oriented. That's why they have the feminine holistic and the masculine sort of grounding. And naturally, right? Naturally, they're going to feel your energy more than you would feel their energy. So it's important. Children that live an hour away but don't even call. Well, you can call them, right? You can call them. We either attract or repel the people around us. I'm a firm believer in that. Yes, indeed, Geraldine. Hey, Wes, what's up, man? We completely attract or repel the people around us through the energy that we put out. And it's not what we think we're putting out, it's what we're actually putting out. And you know what I mean. When you're sure of something, you do it, you don't even think about it, right? But when you're unsure, you're trying to make it look like you're sure, but you're not sure, and people feel that, especially your partner, right? Glad was when I was really to turn it off. Well, I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I can't tell you. But generally speaking, through all the neuro people that I'm speaking to, all the therapists and all the coaches I've been speaking to, have spent a ton of money the last 45 days talking to every specialist there is. I had an interview on Clubhouse today with Dimple Thakrar, the Roadmap to Purpose. She for a guide for men who have it all, and they have some amazing quotes in here that would really I was surprised. Like, one of them is, men are a gift from God to women. And they're like, what? But when she explains it, it makes sense. And how men respect or men react to respected love, and women react to emotional love, right? So men put that respected love higher than they do the emotional love. And that's because of the primal, sort of primal man kind of thing that she was talking about, the old, from when we were cavemen or whatever you believe. And there's a whole bunch of quotes in here that are just fantastic. And what's up, baby?
I really want my red money.
You're what? I don't have any. I don't have it. How did you lose it?
I was like playing it.
Yeah, you don't play with money. That's why you don't play with money. If you lose money, then you don't get it back. It was only, $2, but it was still a lot of money. So, Okay. When there's nothing left to hide, there's nothing left to seek. So there's all kinds of like really cool stuff in here. I'll also get, if you're a woman or a woman, grab this book too, Wild at Heart. Discovering the secret of a man's soul. These books are amazing. You women can read them too, and you maybe understand a man. Anyway, I try to give her my energy and keep her moving. Leaf, you can't give her your energy. If you're giving her your energy, you're going to be burned out. And it's like when you give a homeless person money every day. Why should he get a job? Right? You can't do that, brother. You're giving away. You radiate energy and warm them. And maybe through your warmth, it will ignite their energy. But if you give your energy away, you're going to drain yourself. You're going to drain yourself. There was a mental health provider, local cancer clinic. Wow. So anyway, yeah, it's all about energy and frequency. It really is. Whether you believe it or not, whether you think it's hokey or not, that's really what it is. And you can tell that when you walk up to somebody and you're 100% certain, as we talk about in the book, 100% certain that what you're doing is 100% correct. You have no qualms about it. If you're not certain, then you're like, oh well, and that's energy. That energy you put off, you put out, and so. Getting clear, working on a program right now, whole versus fragment, all about energy connections. There you go, man. Awesome. Well, if you realize that our environment that we live in is dictated by our energies, well, then you go about it in a completely different way. If you don't know how to do that, then you got to start reading and taking some programs. There's the Environment Changer program that I'm in. Man, it's incredible. There's so many tactics to use to rewire and train your brain. To look at your world differently, and one of them is creating good. What is it? Creating good meaning in every situation, and it's like a trick to the brain. It's incredible how amazing it works, and how quick it works too. And the immediate action, like you're talking to somebody, they're in a bad mood, you do this little exercise in your brain, and then you create good meaning, and boom, they switch right to you. It's incredible. So. Yeah, get out there, man. Life is worth living, man. I'll tell you what, you can make a change in your life without even leaving. You can make a change in your life without even moving. You can make a change in life without changing anything. It's all up here. It's all in here. Wow. Seeing things as they are instead of how people want you to see them and how we've been programmed to see them. There you go. That's what it's about. It's also about quality of life. See you guys tomorrow.